Greetings and welcome to my first ever speed build on my channel. So today I'm building Snow White's cottage for my new Let's Play that I'm starting, which is the Disney Princess Legacy Challenge. I've already posted Snow White's Creator Sim, that's the first video of my channel, you can go check it out. And so today I am building her house. It's ready for 7 toddlers to move in, which is a lot of toddlers. So originally I was just going to build like a random cottage, and then I thought, why? I might as well, if I've tried to make the character look as close to the princess as possible, why not try and make the house as close as possible? So I found a picture of Snow White's cottage, well actually the dwarf's cottage, on Google, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to try and copy this. And it was actually a lot harder than it looked because it's such a simple house, but cottages are so complicated. Like, there are curved bits that we obviously can't use in the Sims, and there are parts on like the roof that you see me struggle with later on in the video. And I was worrying for a while that it just looked too simple, so I honestly almost restarted this for the 3rd time. But I didn't, and I carried on, and it actually looks okay in the end. So here I am just making the entrance. I'm adding a little roof bit on here, which was difficult to do because this is when I realised that the roof needed to be thatched. And you can see me here, I'm messing with like the edges and the sizes on that and trying to make each side separate. That was difficult because when I added the roof trim, it made the edges of the roofs so much longer than they originally were. So I ended up having to like change the lengths of my roofs so many times. Yeah, it was kind of stressful. But I managed it in the end. I was going to put something on the top here. I was figuring out what I could actually do for the top, or like above the door, and then I ended up just like leaving it as it was because I think it ended up looking really good. In my eyes anyway. It's subjective. I didn't really change this much. This like kind of stays how it looks the whole way through. Doesn't really change. This was me forgetting how to build for a hot minute. So the layout was kind of confusing. I eventually make it look good when I do move on to the interior. But it is kind of confusing when I first started it because it's so basic, and normally I never do builds like this. Normally I build the interior first, not interior first, but like I do the floor plan and then work around it from there. But with this, I was just going for it, like from an entrance and making it work. I think do you know what? I think it worked in the end. It could have been better, it could have been more detailed, but in the time it took me, I think I did an alright job. So here's where I start getting very confused with the roofs. They just didn't want to do what I wanted them to do. So here I am messing with like the lengths and stuff. Yeah, it just wasn't working out. I changed the roof colour, and then I realised that the roof trim makes the roof be so long. So I pulled it up to the top, but then it gets cut out on the side of the building. I ended up leaving it like that, sorry guys. But I left it like that in the end. And that's what we have to live with, unfortunately. But it's fine because it does look good when you get to the end. So here's me debating what to do next. And here I tried so many different cottage exteriors. I really like these Tudor ones. I believe they're from Get Together. They're literally some of my favourites. I try and use them in so many builds. But you can't really overdo it. And I felt like I was overdoing it, so I didn't really know how to fix it. So along the bottom row of the, like on the ground floor, I changed like I'm doing here, and I put the more basic one down, and I think it looks a lot better. Instead of having like the 4-panel one, the really tight panel together, this looks a lot better and cleaner and doesn't really hurt the eyes as much. So here I'm adding, I don't know what they're called, like a foundation? I'm adding a foundation because I added stairs, so I need a foundation. And I'm doing my own chimney. Adding a little chimney top because in the picture there's a chimney, the one I was following, and this is when I realised that it didn't match. So I think I put a fence around the side, pretty sure. Yeah, here I am. I'm putting a fence like around the side. Black did not match, so I changed it to grey. Putting a fence around the side, and it looks really nice. And then I popped that down and I realised it did not match, like, at all. But I left it like that for a while. I changed it eventually, spoiler alert. But for now I changed it. That's me trying to fit the cottage window, the big giant cottage window that I try and put in every single build. And it just wasn't working out, so I unfortunately couldn't put it in, which is very sad. I'm just opening up the inside there. And now I'm like, okay, what do I do now? I'm looking at the picture constantly for reference, trying to find something. I added like one of these little, I'm not sure what they're called, I added that on top for a little something, spiced it up a little bit. And then I added these little flowers everywhere. I wasn't going to at first, but I think they're really cute. They don't have these in the reference picture, but I thought I'd add them in myself. Yellow flowers, Snow White, you know, it kind of works, it fits the bill. Then I realised that this is when I changed it, because the chimney was actually stone all the way up. So I had to find a stone that kind of matched, and it really did not match. But I went for it anyway, so just ignore the chimney for a while. There's me changing the staircase and changing it back again. And then moving the entire house to the side, because I decided I wanted to have a side garden instead of a back garden. So I'm just adding this path, and then I hate it, so I layered some paths and made them look a bit more natural, which I really like. I love doing that. And then here's me. This is an example of what I do, where I build something in one colour and decide I absolutely hate it, so I change the colour about a gazillion times before deciding on something, then going along with it. Probably hating it later on and trying to change it later on, but I actually didn't this time. I didn't change it this time. There's a lot of pausing, because I was just trying to look at the picture, figure out what was going on, this was a hard build. I struggle building cottages. I don't know why. I just think because I don't like live in one, I don't really see many. It's hard to like get a good reference picture, and obviously it's really hard to build them in The Sims because they don't always look exact. So it's really hard. Anyway, so I went for that gate because it kind of matched. And here I am changing the side because I looked at a different picture and the side next to the door had stones, so I had to change that as well. I'm adding a window up to the top, and this is where I'm so glad we got that new update, where we can move windows and doors wherever we want. So I added that up there, and one right next to the chimney. I tried to add one on the other side and then I realised it just wasn't going to work. So now I'm going to move on to the exterior. So on the picture, the reference picture I had, there's a lot of benches and like woodworking thing. Oh, I didn't add a woodworking table. I can add one in later. There was this little like fenced off area that was really cute. I'm not really sure why it was there, but it was holding like some tools and some barrels and stuff, and I was like, oh, I really like that. So I popped that in there. Here's me looking for a tree for ages, trying to find the right tree, placing it down. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And then I'm pretty sure I tried to find a barrel, moved that across because I realised I didn't like where it was, typed in barrel, here I am placing a little barrel down. Lovely stuff. And then I kind of just focused on the exterior for a while, and that's very unlike me. I normally add a couple flowers on the front and then give up and just move on to the interior, and then really don't try with the interior. But I don't know, I just really wanted to try today and like try and make it as detailed as possible, but also be lazy about it, because being lazy is my way of living. So I'm going through the outdoor activities right now and just adding like everything that I think I'm going to want, rather than just adding them over and over and over again. And so I added a lot of these. You see me in a second, and I'm adding these plant pots, the big square ones. I added loads of them because Snow White doesn't have a career in this Let's Play that we're about to do. Instead, she's a freelancer, and I'm thinking I want to make her do some gardening, because Snow White lives like outside, she lives in the forest, so I kind of wanted to make her be a gardener maybe, or maybe max the gardening skill. Anyway, so this is when I decided if she's going to be gardening, we need some trees and stuff, so I just placed as many trees as I could around, realised it looks too symmetrical, so I tried to find another tree that wasn't the exact same as the one I just used, but still kind of matches. And matches the world as well, because that's quite important when picking trees. And here I'm just placing flowers down, and this is my This is my favourite way of landscaping, is just placing flowers down everywhere, not really caring, just popping them down and then layering them up. So I had these white flowers, I'm pretty sure they were just like these basic white ones, and then yellow ones as well, and then these taller yellow and orange ones. So the flowers around here are pretty much yellow, orange and white, because they look quite happy. I figured that was the vibe she was giving off. She's quite a sunny character, and I really like that. I think they look cool. And that was about it for the landscaping. I don't think I really did much else. I just added this path, finish off the path like I did like earlier, finish that off, snake that round, change the colour of the birdhouse, and then I decided, wait, I need an apple tree. So I moved 2 of the big plant pots and made room for an apple tree, and then I put some stones, like a stone circle underneath it, to kind of make it stand out a little bit more, and then I'm going to make her plant an apple tree in there because that's quite significant. Although I don't want her to ever eat from it, because that's the whole story, that she eats an apple. Anyway, here I am adding mud underneath the flowers, give it a bit more like depth, and then I'm moving on to the interior. And so here I am just about to make the floor plan, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I wasn't really sure what to do, so I'm adding lights in so I can see. These are my favourite lights, by the way. I put them in every single build. And here I'm, again, forgetting how to use the build tool. It's been a while. And then I think I change it up. So I build this one because I'm like, oh, this is easy. And then I switch it out and I use the correct tool. And I'm just kind of placing a couple builds down, like a couple rooms down. Those 2 on the bottom left are actually going to be like toddler bedrooms, children's bedrooms. And I haven't... they're still not furnished. I just left them as they were. I figure we'll just furnish them as we go along. When we get toddlers, we'll furnish them eventually. Yeah, and we'll work with it. So I actually was going to have an arch going into there, going into the living room, the kitchen, but I decided to make it open plan. And this is where things got stressful. So I couldn't, for the life of me, choose what counters I wanted. So I wanted these ones from the off, but I couldn't decide what colour I wanted, and I'm pretty sure I changed it like a bazillion times. I changed it so much. I'm happy with the way it looks now. I still kind of feel like it could look better. This is kind of where I went off the colour scheme a little bit, and I didn't go with the yellow, the blue and the red, because I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it on the inside. Maybe I should have kept it. I just kind of went with like a cottagey kind of feel. So here I am changing it to the dark wood on top, which I liked, but I think it needed more light, and I wasn't really feeling it. I was gonna have the white, but then I was like, nah, the cream looks better. So then I changed out the fridge, because I just was not feeling the fridge, and the fridge was throwing me off. And here is where I spotted this fridge with the orange wood, and so I changed all the cabinets to match the fridge, and I'm pretty sure this is what I end up with. Yeah, this is what I end up with. This was me just checking, see if I liked it. I moved the sink over to the island, and I pop an oven and a stove hood, and there we go. So this is the colour scheme I keep in the end, which I actually kind of like. The orange is warm, I like it, but the white adds a bit of vibrance, I like it. I'm just adding some cabinets on the top. Here I'm adding like the essentials, the fire stuff in case her cooking skill is not excellent. Oh, this was major. I don't have a dining table in this build. I didn't think about it at the time. I'm not sure why, maybe I just wasn't feeling it. Anyway, so I needed a bar stool to match that looked good, because that's what they're going to sit on all the time, and I literally couldn't choose a colour of a bar stool. I'm so indecisive. So in the end I stuck with these ones, which they look nice. Yeah, I kept them. They look alright. I don't know what happened here. Something happened with the walls at some point, and the foundations and everything got changed, got mixed. I only saw it when I went to change the side window. So yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there. I must have messed up at some point. And here I am going through the miscellaneous objects. I just kind of placed everything down I wanted to. I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I just kind of placed all the stuff down I wanted, and then I put them down eventually. Some stuff I'm not gonna lie to you, at the end of the build I forgot to move them, and so I just deleted them because they were in my way. I didn't know where to put them. But that's a secret, and you guys have to keep it quiet. I'm pretty sure, oh no, I popped that. I really like that stepping stool with the flowers on is really cute. So I'm adding a bit of colour here, and this, I'm moving everything across, moving it all over so I can fit everything in. And this is where I wasn't sure about the colour of the bar stools, because I really like the blue. So I changed the bar stools and then changed them back. I kind of like the blue. I'm tempted to go back and change them again, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just moving everything around, and then I'm putting these stuff outside. So these birdhouses I absolutely love. I made one like a blue and the other one a red, white and yellow for Snow White. They're so cute. I'm pretty sure they're eco lifestyle. Can't remember, but I'm pretty sure they are. I'm popping the logs round by the little fenced off area. And then this, I didn't know where to put it. I ended up putting it out by the gate and moving the cart over to the swing set. And I think it just looks so much nicer, so much cleaner. It looks really good. Here I am realising I don't have any flooring, so I quickly add a wooden floor. I go for my favourite. This one, I'm pretty sure it's cats and dogs. Could be mistaken, but I think that's the one. That's the one I use all the time. Pop in the little decoration box over in the side so I don't forget that, because that's very important. And here I'm just placing a living room down. So I tried to pick a sofa that was big enough, so I went for a 3-seater, but I realised it still wouldn't be big enough. So I ended up adding a chair, 2 chairs in later on, but I might have to move them because I'm not sure if you can get to the bedrooms, because I think they're in the way. I haven't actually play tested yet, but yeah, I'll do it at some point, and I'll always change it around if it's not. So by the time our Let's Play starts, if the living room is mixed around, you know why. So here I am, I'm placing the stool down, and then I placed this chair down, but I really didn't like this chair, so I'm in a tree. So I changed this chair out for this, I changed it out for this eco lifestyle chair, which I really like. And I think I changed the colour, and this made me change the colour of the sofa. Yeah, here we go. And then it all worked together, and I really liked it. It was quite simple, but I think it worked fairly well. This is me placing some sunflowers down because I think they're really cute. And then I had a rug because I love a rug. These are some of my favourite rugs. Pretty sure they're laundry day, could be wrong. But anyway, I really like them. I thought they brought together the whole cottage vibe, and they were really cute. Here's me going through I added this wreath on the door. Oh, it's so pretty. It's like a flower wreath. I did blue and yellow, Snow White vibes. You get the drift. Add a little chalkboard because she's going to be a parent of 7. She's going to need to have some kind of control. This is what I added. So I added this hose reel on the outside. I never placed it down anywhere, and I just never got it back. Sorry guys, you have to say goodbye to the hose reel. So here I'm adding wallpaper. I couldn't decide what wallpaper I wanted. Nothing was right. I went for this one in the end because it was kind of simple, but also kind of cottagey. It kind of worked. It looked quite good, I thought. Here I'm doing the bathroom, keeping it quite simple. I don't know if I ever put flooring in this. Or wallpaper, now I'm thinking about it. Pretty sure I didn't. Oh, maybe I did. Huh. Well, what do you know? Maybe I didn't put flooring in. I didn't put flooring in, but I definitely put wallpaper in. So I'll go back and I'll add flooring, otherwise we're going to have concrete floor in our bathroom, and that's not very nice. So here I'm doing the bedroom. I just added the same wallpaper as before. Like I said, I didn't do the kids' bedrooms because I thought I'd just do that later on. I added a double bed because obviously her and Prince Florian need to have a baby. So I needed somewhere for them to be able to do that. Here I'm adding the mirror in the bathroom. I love it when I'm doing a Snow White build. I love adding that in there just because the name is just so perfect. And then I am adding a mirror in here. I didn't know what else to put in her bedroom. I was gonna put a chest of drawers, but it wouldn't fit, so I think I just put a lamp in there in the end. Like a granny kind of style lamp. Yeah, I put one of those in there, and I thought it looked quite nice. And so here I'm kind of just doing the last finishing touches. I'm adding a couple lot traits in because I think they make it way more exciting. But yeah, here's the finished build. Thanks for watching guys, like and subscribe, and I'll leave you with some screenshots. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!